affordable laser powder bed fusion, AKA solid metal 3D printing that is attainable to the end user.
That's what we're going for.
Scrap Labs, let's talk about it. We are here with Matt from Scrap Labs at Rocky Mountain RepRap 26, talking about their all-new 3D printer, which they are taking pre-orders on, which you can get it for as low as how much?
$9,600 is what we got the early bird special.
$9,600. So you're talking solid metal. This isn't metal filament. This isn't a filament printer. This is actual effing metal, sub 10K.
That's right, man. First time.
So what's retail?
So once we get past the early bird special, we'll start with 17,900.
Okay, so we're still talking sub 20K.
Yep, still sub 20K.
Right, and that's final retail still gonna be sub 20K. You're hoping.
Yep, that's the final price that will be for this machine. Plug and play, plug and print.
What type of build volumes are we talking about on this thing?
Yeah, so this thing's got a really impressive build volume for its size.
Yeah.
It's a 100 millimeter cube.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I recognize to a lot of you that might not sound very big, but we're a couple of gentlemen and we think that 4 inches in every direction is quite large, okay? But certainly when you're talking about metal, it's a whole different world, a new fantastic point of view.
Yep.
A dazzling place I never knew.
Is this the build plate right here?
That's the build plate.
Can I grab it?
Yes, you can, yep.
So we've got our build plate here. This is what you're looking at. Your FDM printer might be bigger than this, but can it make parts out of solid metal? Didn't think so. I don't even need you to answer that. I know it can't do it.
Exactly.
So 100 millimeter cube.
You got it.
What materials are we talking about?
All kinds of non-reactive alloys. So anything like steel, stainless steel, tool steel. We can do. Not yet. So titanium is a reactive alloy and therefore needs additional precautions for fire safety. So that's the only thing. We need some redundant sensors.
We're from Florida. We don't worry about that. So what is needed to do the reactive metals?
So for the reactive metals, we just basically have to make sure the machine is not going to allow oxygen into the environment while it's printing. So redundant oxygen sensors, additional safety precautions.
Is that something that could be added to this in the future? Or like a user addition to the machine?
Yeah, so that's something that we'll probably release like an upgrade kit for this. Yeah, we basically just see it as a model that has additional costs for safety, basically.
Right,
yeah.
right.
This is like a stripped down, you know, get into metal 3D printing for as low cost as possible.
For reference, for those of you that don't know, metal 3D printers traditionally run, even at Rapid, we were just at Rapid 26, the affordable metal printers there were 40 grand and up. The big ones, like the ones you kind of expect to see in industry, $500,000 and up. You're talking about a lot of money for machines like this, and you guys are adding an entry-level competitor here. But as we've seen with entry-level competitors, there are some challenges. I know a lot of people are gonna be saying, what about Micronics? Yeah, okay. They got acquired. Are you planning on that?
No, not one bit. We're actually here to introduce the technology. I mean, that's really, we've already been approached actually. So
no surprise.
We're really not in here going after the big exit or the sellout. We're actually just focused on getting the printer out there, and I'm all about the technology. I've been in this for over a decade. I'm not here for a quick buyout. I mean,
this is why you're at Rocky Mountain and you weren't at Rapid.
Exactly.
Right, you're here because this is by makers for makers, and it requires a little bit above the traditional maker budget, but the traditional maker isn't also looking to print in 316L stainless, right?
Yeah. No, I'm glad you picked up on that. We're really going after like the grassroots maker.
Yeah.
I came from that area. I started building a Prusa V2 back in 2012. I want to get back. I want to make a printer that is actually always going to be here. And so the idea is not to put this away in some closet some way and take a nice check for it.
Dude, this is so exciting. Check out Scrap Labs down below. If you guys have any questions for them, put them down in those comments because they don't know this yet, but we're going to invite them onto a podcast where they can share as much detail as they want. We can talk shop, we can talk metal in excruciating detail. So obviously, put your questions down below in the comments. I'm sure they'll be, going through and replying to things, but we also want to open up the conversation for affordable metal printing because as someone that does a lot of high-end printing, metal is our next stage.
Absolutely.
And the problem is normally it takes so much money to get into it. And your parts are absolutely beautiful. Sure, a $5 million machine is going to blow it out of the water for quality, but how many of these could you get for that? The math is literally incalculable.
I think so.
So where can people find more information about Scrap Labs and the machine that you guys are working on here?
Pretty easy. We got a website that has all this info on it, www.scraplabs3d.com. So go on there. We've got all the product information. everything about the how you can reserve one of these and all the specs and all the cool nerdy stuff you want to geek out about.
And I do see an inlet, so you can
Yep.
add nitrogen, argon, whatever you might want.
You have to. Yep.
Yep, that's what you use argon because it's non-reactive. And then you don't have to worry about the things catching on fire. You can hear that from me. This is really cool though. I am excited to see more affordable laser-based machines hitting the market. How powerful is your laser?
So this is a 200 watt laser. It's right out of the gate. That's actually
100 watts?
yeah. So that's
What
actually
kind of a laser?
We're using a fiber coupled diode laser.
Oh,
So,
wow,
yeah,
okay.
just really simple, low maintenance, just all the cooling, everything is done inside of the machine. So, I mean, these things are super reliable, really high quality, and producing, as you saw, really good parts.
And 200 watts gives you a lot of opportunity to play in some fun metals. You might even be
Yep.
able to get Inconel out of this.
Absolutely,
I think you
yeah.
can. Niobium,
Easily.
if you get the chamber hot enough, maybe. What's the spot size on it?
135 microns.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yep.
That's quite respectable.
Yep.
What slicer is this running in?
So this will have kind of two variants. So we're going after building our own solution
Okay.
that basically integrates things from like high-end slicers that you would actually want for printing metal.
Right.
But also we are integrating really well with Orca Slicer
Okay.
and other slicers too. Honestly, we'll have like an open source as well as a kind of Scrap Labs flavor as well. Choose
Dude,
yours.
I am so excited for that. Like to see
Thank
that
you.
it's going to have like a open source vibe to it, and
Yep.
then have a more professional side of it as well. Like,
Yep.
that allows you, if you want to use it for industry, if you want to use it as a hobby, you've got
Exactly.
all the options. I'm looking at you custom jewelry makers. I'm looking at you people that love to do prosthetics and things like that. This machine is a phenomenal entry to at least make the mistakes early on where they don't cost more than this machine costs when you have a recoder crash. We wouldn't know what that sounds like, right?
No.
No, it sounds like pain and talks
Nightmares.
with upper management, right?
It's a lot of pain.
Yeah, it's a lot of pain.
quite
It's a lot of pain.
painful. Yep.
Guys, check out Scrap Labs, scraplabs3d.com. We'll link to it in that description down below. Seriously, this is awesome to see here at Rocky Mountain, not at Rapid. None of that. It's here at Rocky Mountain, and we love to see it. That is all we have for you all today. Make sure to leave a like and get subscribed. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. Follow along for more coverage of Rocky Mountain 26. And as always, keep making awesome out of metal, because you actually can now.
Let's go.
Take care.